Now that's what I call maid service. She's bringing me my favourite drink and she's prepared for combat. Hello again. You didn't see anything again. Welcome to the Trianimes, another weekly roundup of anime figure pre-orders from the 9th September to 14th September 2024. Fair few figures to look at today. One figure from the adult section of Ami as well. Pretty widespread of figures. You can comment, like, and subscribe for this, and links for the figures we'll look at will be in the description down below. Apart from the age-restricted one, the adult figure, although there's a binding figure that's not doesn't require age of consent entry and is on the main page. So it just depends, I suppose, on what laws are and on what the character is. But anyways, we'll get straight on into it. Overlord and Evangelion, complete figure. So this is a Juami Bunny Girl version by Amakuni for 6,600 yen. So it's kind of like a cutesy little version. Speaking of a cutesy little version, yep, you can get her full scale as well by the same manufacturer for 28,600 yen. It's the Sobin version, 1/7 scale. Very nice looking figure. Nobuo Gamma is probably one of my favourite characters from Overlord, apart from Albedo as well. Albedo is top first, then Nobuo Gamma. Shaltir is not too bad, but yeah, Bunny suit looks pretty good. Weapon looks fine. It's pretty simple design. It's probably the only thing that's a bit off-putting, but the face looks pretty good overall. Hair shading semi-transparent. I wish they didn't potentially just did actual shading rather than going for a semi-translucent design. But the sort of cutesy Jimmy Bunny actually has color shading and whatnot going on. So maybe get this one if you prefer a more cute figure rather than the scale. But for a good price as well. But definitely both very good, potentially worth getting a hold of. And then we got Love is Indivisible by Twins, Rumi Jinguri Bunny version, 1/6 by Freeing for 19,800 yen, March 2025. So it's another one of the continuance of the Freeing 1/6 lineup. So it seems like they're doing more of the smaller, not as mainstream characters in 1/6 scale, which probably saves them a bit, and also obviously offers a bit of a saving to the customer as well, while still enabling them to get a bunny suit without having to spend more than double this for the core scale. But it's very simple bunny suit design. I don't know how the fishnets will be on these 1/6. There hasn't really been any 1/6 that I would be interested in getting, apart from the City Hunters one, which I covered a month ago, which was like one of their first 1/6 freeing ones that they released. That one I probably would be interested in getting, but I'll wait till that one gets actually released and then potentially get a hold of it. I'm not going to pre-order that one. But yeah, very simple design. Yeah, I think if you have to be interested in the anime to actually get this one. Hololive Productions, Sakamoto Chloe, 1/6 by Max Factory, so it should be very well detailed. 32,000 yen, September 2025. My Max Factory Asuna Ichinose is very nicely detailed. Painting's been perfect. So I think Max Factory are definitely one of the better manufacturers out there for quality. But you are paying a bit more of a price, 30,000 yen. But this looks really good, and obviously you get a bit more of a static. She's not in a normal pose, not just standing. The killer whale's quite nice to have as well as a bonus. Overall design looks really nice. Removable head cap as well. Yeah, a very good looking figure. I think definitely worth getting hold of if you are massive into Hololive, and I think you are going to have no problems with this one once she's released September 2025. Here's the binding creator's opinion Sara Nogami bare leg version, quarter scale, 33,000 yen. So this is the bare leg one. If you missed out on the normal one, you can get the bare leg. Again, fully cast off like all binding figures. Yep, looks very good. Paint job hair. I really like the hair shading on this one. I think that's the standout feature, and the design of the outfit looks really good in this one. Definitely not your standard bunny suit, but a lot of the binding ones aren't so standard. They always have extra compared to freeing. So I think for 33,000 yen, that's cheaper than a freeing quarter scale anyways, which are like 44,000 yen, 40,000 yen these days. So yeah, binding, definitely, if you're into bunny suits, keep an eye out on the OCs from binding. Definitely. Sengoku Youko, Tama Yono Yoshi Kyodo 1/7 by ABC Animation for 20,900 yen. Not familiar with this anime series, but she looks cute. I like the fire effect, looks really well done. Painting on the outfit, the Priestess outfit looks really nice as well, on the tights. The earth that she's standing on looks pretty good. Yeah, pretty nice looking figure. And there is also Jinka as well, Yoneshi Kyodo 1/7 by ABC for 24,200 yen. It's a bit more expensive, but because you got the tails and the fire effects, it's a bit more involved with this one. And the shading on his outfit looks really nice as well. And you can get them as a set for 42,000 yen. So you save about 2,500 yen if you want them both as a pair, which you might want to do. So that's not too bad. September 2025. Portrait of Pirates, One Piece Neo DX, Bartholomew Kuma by Mega House for 18,480 yen. October 2024, so next month. That's okay. Yeah, so the Portrait of Pirates are sort of the premium lines that Mega House offer, or they're more elaborate, more well designed for One Piece. There we go. So generally, a lot of people prefer to get the Portrait of Pirates or POPs from Mega House than any of the other of their lines of One Piece figures. So they're generally a bit more pricey, 18, 20 to 20 odd thousand yen, depending how involved the base is and any other effect parts that are involved. Lucria Futawa wa Pretty Cure Black and Cure White complete figure by Mega House for 33,000 yen. Already so on sale soon, so not yet. So September 16th. So you'll be able to pick her up for Monday for 33,000 yen if you want to pre-order them. Released January 2025. Very cute duo. I like this a lot. You don't get a lot of these sort of 2-in-1 figures, generally, especially for this price. So that's 16,500 yen each figure, and they are non-scaled, but they are standing at 21 centimeters in height. So 1/8, most likely 1/7, 1/8. Probably because they're more younger character, like childlike characters, so they probably are 1/7 in scale. Yeah, they're very cute. Hair shading looks really good. I like the blues and blacks and the orangey, browny oranges and the hair going here, and the outfits look really nicely done. Sculpting looks pretty good. Base looks good enough. It's not at least a round circle base. Yep, definitely good looking figure, especially if you like these cutie figures. I'm not familiar with the series that they come from. Girls Frontline DP12 Fable version 1/7 by Wonderful Works for 25,540 yen. So this one I think a lot of people have been really like, because you can remove her dress and have her in a bikini. So I guess you could say kind of cast off, but not actually cast off. It depends on your preference. I like her in the beach outfit that she's got going on, and the hat. That's probably the way I would display her. But if you are doing bikini, you can bikini sort of other characters in your shelf, then you can at least display her with a full just bikini version. Yep, very looking well done. Very nice looking figure, and I think a lot of people would definitely like to get this one. And it's not too bad of a price. Wonderful Works I do a pretty good job generally. Lycoris Recoil Chisato Nigashiki freeing court scale for 36,200 yen. March 2025. So we finally got the other Lycoris Recoil girl. Covered the other one last week. So this one again, box standard bunny suit. Anything extra with this figure. Looks fine. The brownish red looks burgundy red, I guess you could say. For the suit looks quite nice. Yeah, not too bad. That's them as a duo. Yeah, they're fine. It's just box standard freeing. At least they've sort of reined in the price a bit for 36,200 yen, so they're not over 40,000 yen, I guess, as a bonus. But it is a box standard design. The ribbon in the hair is, I guess, a cute little extra that she has. Shinobi Master, Senran Kagura, New Link Core Scale. Ikaruga, Sexiness version by Hobby Stock for 33,790 yen, coming out in March 2024. So this is a cast-offable figure. Hobby Sakura do it a lot, and they've pretty much done all the Shinobi Master Senran Kagura girls, or they're working their way through. So this should be cast off. They're not showing a picture here, but they do mention it is cast off in the description, and a lot of them have sort of, when they've come out on release, they've discounted and binned a bit, and I think you can pick up a lot of the previous ones pre-owned for about under 30,000 yen generally anyways, for core scales, which isn't too bad. And if you're not into the bunny suits and you like nurses, you can at least get core scale nurses. So yeah, good overall. Paint job's probably a bit lacking, but I think they're not amazing in terms of their paint job really either, apart from the suits. The color blending on the suits are generally better for Freeing, but apart from that, the sculpting on this is probably better than what Freeing offer, at least, depending on the Freeing figure. Tenatal Nier Automata version 1.1A 9S, complete figure by Furi, 5,930 yen. So it's Tenatal by Furi, so pretty simple design. At least you're getting a much more elaborate base with this compared to other Tenatals we've looked at, where they're just sort of standing there. These are sort of prize figure quality, but the paint jobs are generally pretty good, especially the hair shading. That's the standout feature on this. They're going to be the hair shading and the shading of the bait on this pole that he's resting against. Rail, sorry, that he's sitting on. So yeah, I think that's good. And the clasps look pretty nicely well done. And then you can also get 2B as well, 5,930 yen. Again, hair shading will be better than a lot of other prize figures in this price range. Simple glossy black dress though to save down on cost, and the weapon will be pretty nicely painted. So the weapon and the hair will be good here. The sculpting is pretty nice as well overall, at least better than Pop-Up Parades. Azur Prince Heinrich on the stage version 1/7 by Fu for 27,280 yen. Very nice, luxurious dress, pretty good. I think pretty accurate to the skin, if I remember correctly. Going for this sort of actual fake scarf, fake fur scarf rather than it being molded plastic. We're seeing it a bit more that these days. I think it allows to custom, you at the end of the day to position this a bit more. Make it a bit more custom to your display if you want to have the scarf on, and how it's draped over her basically. So yeah, smile, hair sculpt looks really good. Obviously well endowed in the chest area. Sculpting looks fine. Dress looks pretty good as well. Paint job might be a bit on the simpler side. No, not too bad. I think the only problem is Furu might overproduce this, and you could potentially bin in the aftermarket. A lot of Furu figures have done that. A lot of their scales, they've just produced too many, and then they'll just bin them once released. So maybe hold off and wait till release in July 2025. Umamusume Pretty Derby, Tokei Teo 1/7 by Kodabakia for 19,330 yen. I expect this one to sell coming out in April 2025. I expect this one to sell pretty like hotcakes. All the Umamusume ones pretty much do, and they've always been top-notch quality no matter what manufacturer they've done. Same thing with Azur Lane. All of them have been really good quality. Paint jobs have been really good. So I think the license holders basically obviously do final stamp of approval on the product. So I think they're pretty tight on their quality control with the Umamusume and the Azur Lane figures from what I've seen. So that we've been coming out. So yeah, I think if you like this character, I think there's gonna be no problems in terms of quality control, and she looks pretty cute as well if you're massive into the Umamusume Pretty Derby series. SSS.Gridman Mika Takarada 1/7 by Kodabakia for 15,110 yen. Pretty cute looking figure. Maybe not quite 15,000 yen. It's not too bad. Skin tones look pretty good. Hair shading looks nice, but relatively simple. Highlights not in the ends look pretty good and accurate though. Outfit's pretty simple though. it's Kotobukiya, 15,000 yen is probably about right for a lot of 1/7. And then we've also got Akane Shinjo as well. This one's obviously 15,000 yen. This one, I think, better overall in terms of you're getting obviously the desk that she's sitting on, which is pretty well nicely painted. Bag looks pretty good, although I think they've not paid as much attention to the hair shading on this one. Might only be a bit of a problem. The sculpting looks pretty good overall. So yeah, not too bad. I think both of them are pretty good. Kotobukiya pretty middle of the road. You know what you're going to get, and they don't charge you an arm and a leg for it. Love is Indivisible by twins Nayori Jingu, so this is the counterpart to go with the one we covered earlier. 1/6 ring for 19,800 yen, April 2025. Pretty simple design, black suit, looks fine. Hair sculpt is probably not too bad, hair shading looks pretty good. So buy both of them for the pair for less than 40,000 yen. Obedient Hina Werner barefoot version, 1/6 by Otherware for 20,270 yen. So this one is not a cast off of a figure, which I was a bit more annoyed about. I would have hoped this would have been cast off. I think Otherware, the alternative is, well, their buddy manufacturer is Party Look, who normally do the cast off versions of these. So if there was a cast off version, it would be in the adult section by Party Look usually, and it'd be the same design. So yeah, no, I like the design. I like the suit overall. Very nice looking figure. They also do one with the actual tights and stuff on rather than being bare. So you can get one where she's just standing on her feet, and then you can get her actually with tights and shoes on. I prefer this one overall, really. And you get an alternative face. It doesn't mention. Oh, you do get an alternative face with both this one. That's a nice bonus actually, having face swaps for just over 20,000 yen on 1/6 scale figures as well. Yeah, no, not too bad. I like this, especially if you're big into bunny suits figures. Potentially worth getting one of these, or you can get both of them for just under 40,000 yen. And so you'll get both of these figures. I wouldn't spend the money and get both, to be honest. I'll just get one, whichever one you prefer, the bare leg, bare feet, or the normal one where she actually in normal attire. Overlord and Toma, Vasilia Zeta no Sobin 1/8 by Alta for 18,600 yen. April 2025. It's Alta. It's gonna be perfect really in terms of painting. So I can imagine these tights are going to be extremely accurate in terms of painting and very well detailed. I like the sort of insect base as well, shadow that she's got going on. And I'm glad we're seeing other Overlord figures, more of the battle maids being released. Yeah, a very cute looking figure. I'm very tempted to get hold of this one. It is 1/8 though, so a bit on the smaller side. So she might not scale up very well with the other maids from Overlord, from other manufacturers, depending on their design. So keep an eye out for this one. I think potentially maybe add it to your bookmarks. Evangelion Radio E.V.A. Asuka. This is her original color version, 1/7, 20,370 yen. October 2025. So this is part 3 of the Radio E.V.A. lineup. This is going to sell pretty much instantly. I can almost guarantee you that. October 2025. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be buying this one, and you can get the colored version as well for 19,330 yen. So it's actually cheaper to get the colors. I prefer the colors rather than the grey aesthetic ones, but I think there are some people out there who quite like the grey tone versions. But yeah, it's Asuka. She's going to sell out. Both versions will sell out instantly. I think will sell very fast. Although it's probably slowed down a bit as people are obviously holding off to see how much money they've got in our current economic climate. So pretty good looking figures. Both of them I think are by Hobby Max Japan. Yep, I've got no problem with these figures. The previous two ones sold out really quickly, and their aftermarkets I think have gone up anyways. So yeah, both worth getting. Full scale works. Aura Battler, done by Chum Harai, complete figure by Mega House for 22,000 yen, March 2025. So this, they say full scale because it's based on a fairy. So she stands about 30 centimeters in height approximately overall. So it's a very sort of cartoonish, I think, like Disney aesthetic going on here, in terms of the face and the overall color scheme and feeling I'm getting from here. So I don't like this aesthetic. I can definitely see why people out there might like this one, but this is a bit more of a unique take. The silvery wings are quite nice, since they're semi-translucent as well. I think that's quite nice looking, but I just don't like the overall style, I guess, that they've got going on for this figure. I think that's the only problem with me. I think I prefer like the leaf, like the base itself in the tree that looks really nice, but then her actual character is, I just don't like the face, don't like the hair sculpting, don't like the body sculpt. The paint job looks fine, it's just the overall like portions of the head and the body are all over the place. But it is based off of like a fairy, I guess, so that kind of makes sense. It's a fairy in real life scale, I guess, as you said, as I've said. So yeah, fine, I suppose, but it's not something I would be purchasing. GGG Gundam Girls Generation Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, Freedom Lacus Klein, 24,200 yen, March 2025. Yeah, good pilot suit. Like the design. I like the base as well, even though it's just a simple acrylic with a sticker basically put on it, but it looks nice. Hair sculpt looks good. Semi-translucent hair. Yeah, it depends. I think it works for this color. I think, you know, this fiery red going to sort of white tips looks fine. The suit sculpting looks good. Shape painting and the line separation for the panels look pretty fine, and looks like they're sculpted as well. Like the red parts of the suit look like they're actually sculpted. There's different heights, so that gives you a bit more realistic 3D dimensional rather than just being painted onto a flat surface. So I like that extra step for 24,000 yen. I'd expect that, to be honest. So yeah, no, looks good overall. Illustration collection figure Toshu Kanojo by DMM Factory for 36,300 yen, June 2025. A very somber aesthetic going on here. It looks like she's going to some sort of funeral, a very wet funeral in a bikini. But yeah, I like this sort of gothic aesthetic, this sort of multi-tiered umbrella as well. Looks really nicely done. The hair sculpting and flow looks really good. The bikini / dress aesthetic looks really well done, nice. A very good looking figure, and it's 1/6. So I think maybe wait till people get take pictures of her in hand on MFC. But from first looks, the prototype looks great. And I think the price is probably justified with the amount of work that's actually going into and the amount of hair that's going on all over the place. I just hope the QC quality control is actually good at the end. Here we go. Maid Russo Axe Experimental Equipment 1/7 by QSQ for 34,100 yen. This one is one of my favorite, definitely my favorite this week. You know, it's a tanned cat Maid with a in sci-fi futuristic Maid outfit, bikini made out basically bikini warriors in the Maid with futuristic weapons and serving me up basically an energy drink, which is like a monster energy drink. So yeah, very nice looking figure, and is cast offable as well, which is just another bonus. I'm pretty sure she's cast offable. Yep, cast offable with alternative face and hand part, alternative face and hand. So I think for 34,000 yen, yeah, definitely worth getting a hold of. Potentially we'll be pre-ordering this one in September 2025. 1/7. It's a bit on the smaller side of scale, but yeah, this she looks great. Definitely worth getting a hold of. Definitely pretty much my favorite of this week, easily. Just look at these shots. She looks so good. Yep, such a nice looking figure. Original character, Officer Bunny 1/7, complete figure by Hobby Sakura for 23,470 yen. I don't know how this is Officer. She's got handcuffs and a gun, but I don't see a police badge or anything on there, unless they like if they put a police badge on somewhere, that would probably been better. The fact that she's got like, you know, these burglar eyes, mask going on. Don't understand how it is Officer Bunny, but yeah, it looks, I guess, more of a detective, I guess. But yeah, sculpting looks great. Paint job looks really good. Very good looking figure, well endowed, obviously. Suit's definitely gripping in the right places, and I think correctly proportioned in my mind. And very good looking figure. And I think the price is probably about right for 24,000 yen for a 1/7 of this quality. Yep, very good. Hobby Sakura definitely doing a good thing. And now we're off to the 18 plus section. Hero, It's Time to Ejaculate, Elixir Priestess version 1/6 by Hot Venus for 25,300 yen, July 2025. It's a priestess with very little coverage in the chest area, and even what coverage she did have, it wasn't really leaving much to the imagination. Yeah, and fully cast offable. I like this a lot. I like the outfit design. Yeah, great, and I love priestesses and like nun style design figures. So and Maid. So I think this one I potentially will be pre-ordering, most likely 1/6 as well. Great looking figure. The concept is varies a little bit, but it's very close to the actual art that she's based off of. And does she come with? Yep, comes with a postcard as well of this. That's good. Yep, very good looking figure. Definitely worth getting hold of. I think to get hold of this Hot Venus is. I think they're doing a good thing with these OC designs. That's it for this week of Ami figure pre-orders. You can comment, like, and subscribe. Again, links for these figures will be in the description down below. Apart from the priestess here, she unfortunately won't be in the links below, but you just go to the adult section of Ami and you'll find her. Yeah, thank you very much, and I shall see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.